Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start off by talking about some just like logistic stuff so that y'all can know where things are, where to find things in your eSuite. We're gonna talk about where to, how to set up your payments and all of that stuff so that you can get paid for the business. We're gonna talk about commissions and how you earn commissions. We're gonna talk about fast start qualification, how you earn $100 bonuses. We're gonna talk about the incentive trip and how you can earn points and maximize your points. So I'll tell you what my game plan is, and so that you can write this down so that can be your goal too. We're going to talk about personal development, staying organized, and then we're going to have some time for question and answer at the end. So as I'm going over stuff, if you have questions, drop your question in the chat, and I'll go back and I'll answer them at the end, okay? So that way we can make sure that we cover everything first. And if I haven't answered your question through my little deal that we're gonna do, then I'll go back and I'll answer the question for you. Okay, so I'm super excited. So first of all, tell me where you're from, because I don't know so many of you, because this is the newbie Zoom. So many of y'all are brand new and I've never met you before, so I would love to know who you are, and I'll tell you a little bit about my story to start too. So I'm Morgan and I am from Michigan, but I'm originally from Mississippi, and so I moved here 5 years ago, and that was about the time that I joined this business. So I had joined back in I moved in May 2014, and I joined the business in October 2014. And so I found this business whenever I was scrolling through Instagram. I was working 2 jobs. I just moved across the country without my family, so I didn't have any of their financial support. I was pretty much on my own, and I was really struggling. I had just started school around the time that I started this business, but I hadn't made friends yet, so I had no idea who people were. I didn't have any connections. One of my jobs was as a nanny, so I didn't even have coworkers. And so it was just crazy. I didn't really know a lot of people, but I also wasn't making very much money with what I was doing. And I was working 65 hours a week while going to school full time. So if you're on here and you feel like you don't have the time to do this business, I'm here to tell you that you do have the time to do this business, because I'm living proof of that. I was able to work this business while having such a crazy schedule. So I'll talk to you a little bit about that. But I joined this business, found it on Instagram. I was scrolling while the kids were napping one day whenever I was a nanny, and saw that the girl was, I had bought some products, and I saw that the girl that sold me the products was making as much money per month with this business from her phone while she was in school as I was as a full-time nanny working 40 hours a week watching 3 kids. And I was like, dude, there's no way I would be that successful, but if I could just make $100, then I'm in. That's what I joined for. It was just, I wanted $100 a month so that I could pay for gas and groceries, so that I could commute back and forth to school, and so that I could pay to literally live. So didn't have any high expectations for myself. I did not think I'd be successful with this, but I joined it anyways. And I just hit the ground running. I was ignorance on fire. We always talk about that, and say that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. I would much rather you have no clue what you're doing and just start doing something and learn along the way from your mistakes than to just sit back and overanalyze everything and make a lot of passive mistakes. So I just started going. I didn't know what I was doing. I did make a lot of mistakes. I failed forward. That's all part of it. Don't be afraid to fail. You're gonna fail. Go ahead and just know that. Like, you're gonna fail, and you're gonna learn from that, and you're gonna continue to move forward. And me failing so many times has gotten me here where I'm very successful with this business. If I hadn't failed, I wouldn't be learning. I wouldn't be doing enough to have failed. So if you're failing, it means you're doing something. That's exciting. So I got pumped up. I was telling everybody about these products. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just doing something. And 2 months in, I went executive. 4 months in, I went Ruby. I sat at Ruby for a year, and I ended up going to, I earned a spot on a cruise, which is kind of similar to what we're doing with this incentive trip. They're renting out like this, like resort for all of us, and you get to go if you earn your spot. So anybody can earn a spot. It's based off of points. Doesn't matter what rank you are or how long you've been in. You are eligible to earn this as long as you're on this Zoom and you're a distributor. So you can get on this trip, but I earned this trip. It was back a couple years ago. It was in 2016, I think, or 15, whatever, I don't know. But 2015. And so I earned this cruise, and it was the first time I had ever been around people. I didn't know, you know, people in this business, I didn't know what they were really like. I thought a lot of the people that I really looked up to were like not even real people. I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way that this person really exists and that they're able to make this kind of money. And I was able to surround myself with them at that cruise, and it changed everything. I was almost ready to quit this business, but then I went on that cruise and I came back with such a fire that while I was working from 9 a.m. to midnight, 6 days a week, and going to school, like online and stuff, I promoted from Ruby to Emerald and Emerald to Diamond in the same day and earned $22,000 in bonuses and quit all my jobs. So I put in the effort when it wasn't convenient, and then I ended up with the freedom that I really wanted this whole time. So I quit both of my jobs, and then I was Diamond for 13 months, and then I promoted to Double Diamond right after we went to conference. And my then boyfriend, now husband, promoted to Diamond, which I did. I'm like worked both of our accounts. And so I promoted to Diamond, he promoted to Double, or whatever, vice versa. I promoted to Double. And then 2 months later, I went Triple and he went Double. And so we at that point had earned a total of like $105,000 in bonuses, I think, or $127,000 in bonuses all together. So it was like just crazy. And then we sat at Triple for, I don't remember. It was May 2017. I went Triple, and then last year in October, I went Presidential. And so that was so exciting too. So we have total earned $167,000 in bonuses. We have paid off $127,000 in debt. We have just everything's been changed for us. We went from not being able to afford gas and groceries to being able to pay off debt, pay for our wedding in cash, pay for our honeymoon in cash, buy this house that we just bought, and we built it. So it's just been such a blessing with this business to be able to meet all these friends and to have all of these new connections and be able to travel like I want to do. I've been able to go on a vacation every single month this year, and I never used to go on vacations because I didn't have the money to travel and I didn't have the time off of work to leave. And if I left work, I didn't get paid, and I couldn't afford to not get paid. And so I'm just so thankful for this business and for this opportunity to be able to have the freedom that I used to want so badly. So that's my story. Let's see, who do we have on here? Utah, West Virginia, Missouri, Texas, Kentucky, Texas, Maryland, Alabama, Kansas, Pennsylvania. So amazing. If you haven't told me where you're from yet, you can still post in there. I would love to know. And like I said, I'm from Michigan if you're just now hopping on and you didn't see the beginning of this. So, all right, let's jump right in to all the stuff that I want to teach you and tell you. So hopefully you have your pen and paper out and ready to take some notes. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is Zooms. So this is like a just, pop-up little newbie Zoom, newbie training. This is just something extra. This isn't normal for what we do on a regular weekly basis, but I want you to write some dates down, okay? Number one, Monday nights, every single Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time, we have our team Zooms. You are going to want to hop on that. You're going to do it the exact same way as how you hopped on this one. It's the same ID and everything. You're going to hop on that every single Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And what it's going to do is give you encouragement. It's going to give you tips. Sometimes I'm speaking, but usually we have a guest speaker on or someone from our team speaking or leading it. And it's just so helpful. We always talk about how you need to stay close to the fire to make sure that your fire is still burning. And that is one easy way that's completely free that you can be around people that are in this business too, because sometimes it's easy to feel alone and feel isolated. Give me a 1 in the chat and tell me if you've ever felt like you're the only one that has these issues where you're like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I'm the only one that can't sign a customer. I feel like I'm the only one who messages people and don't get responses. You joining this Zoom every single Monday night is going to help you to know that you're not alone. We all go through the same issues, and you're going to hear from people that have overcome those things, and you're going to be able to be a part of that. So I strongly encourage you to get on those. That's Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern time, every single Monday, okay? Hop on that. The other thing we do is power hours. These are all totally optional, but there's definitely something that you want to do because success leaves clues. And the people in this team and myself who are successful, we get on the Monday night Zooms. We get on the power hours, and there's a reason for that. And it's not because we are successful that we get on the power hours. It's not because whatever. I don't know what I was trying to say before, but we're successful because we're getting on the power hours. It's not the other way around. we make it a priority to stay close to the fire and to work together and to just have fun. So Power Hours is just like this, where it's set up the same way, but we have somebody leading it and they tell you what tasks to do and give you ideas, and then there's usually music playing or a fun motivational video, whatever it is, and you just work together. Everybody's doing the same thing at the same time, and it helps you to just feel like you're a part of a community and part of something bigger than just yourself, by yourself, in all these different states that we're in. So definitely hop on those. We have them Monday through Wednesday morning, and we have them Tuesday through Thursday night. So hop on those. You can see the times if you just search Power Hour and Dare to Be Diamond. That's our team page. Use that as a resource for you, but go search that and you'll be able to see the exact times and stuff like that. Okay, so those are the Zooms that we typically have, and you'll see some random ones like this pop up where we have, you know, like a newbie Zoom, and then actually after this, if y'all want to stick around, you don't have to, but as soon as we get off of this, another girl, actually named Morgan too, she is a diamond on our team, and she is going to get on here and share some social media tips too. So you don't have to stay on, but if you want to, feel free to do that. It's for her team, but she's offered it to all of us, so that was super nice of her. So I'm super pumped because she's amazing at social media and she's so good at posting. So if that's something that you struggle with, you may want to stick around and listen to that. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is auto shipments. So auto shipments are so important. I'm going to explain the incentive that goes along with auto shipments a little bit later when we talk about the incentive trip. But auto shipments are so important. What that is, if your enroller did not explain it to you, is an 80 BV order every single month that gets you qualified for commissions. So basically, BV stands for business volume. And every single product that we have is worth a certain amount of BV. And so it's pretty equivalent to the loyal customer and distributor pricing of the product. For example, Fat Fighters, $25, 25 BV. Wraps, $59, 54 BV. The Cleanse, $39, 33 BV. So it's pretty equivalent to the pricing. So when we say 80 BV, that's all that we need. And that's what we get paid off of is BV. So you want to set up your 80 BV auto shipment. You can do that on your eSuite by logging into that. If you have never done that before, you're not sure what to do, talk to your enroller, but most of you have probably logged in. Go to the auto shipment section, either click edit or create new. If there's not one on there, you'll want to create a new one. If there is one on there, just click edit, add the products that you want. As long as they equal 80 BV or more, you are good to go. Click checkout, and then it's going to take you through all these steps, and you're just going to click save. And then that is going to run 30 days from the day that you join. So let's say you joined August 20th. That order needs to run September 20th, okay? So 30 days from the day that you join, and then that is going to qualify you to earn commissions so that you're getting paid for the work that you're doing. We all join this business to make money, so running your auto shipment ensures that you make money, so it's a no-brainer. You're going to want to do that. The reason why you're going to want to do that is because you're going to be able to get the products for yourself, then you're going to be able to get your own personal results. Whenever people ask me, how do you sign so many customers? It's because I use the products and because I have amazing results from them. These products work, and you can easily show people that, but not unless you're using them. So if you're using the products, you're going to get excited about it. What do you do when you're excited about something? You talk about it all the time. So it's going to be really easy for you to talk about this on Instagram and Facebook and post about it and drink it and talk about the coffee and talk about the collagen that you're drinking before bed or whatever it is. Like, you're going to want to be a part of that just by using the product. So it's like just a snowball effect of things that happen when you run your auto shipment. And the other thing too is whenever I first joined this business, I know I told y'all before, I know, so we had some people hop on as well afterwards, so I'll tell you again a little bit, but I was struggling to put gas and groceries in my car, and I joined this business for $100 a month. So whenever I heard about the auto shipment, that was the 80 BV auto shipment, at first I was like, oh gosh, like, how am I going to be able to do that? Because I joined this business to make money. So how am I going to be able to afford this? But I knew the power in being a product of the product. So what I decided to do was to get a bag of wraps for my, or a bag of wraps and then a product for myself. So the product could be really anything. You can get wraps in a cleanse, or wraps in hair, skin, and nails, or wraps in, not collagen. Well, yeah, no, not collagen. Anyway, so basically you just add up whatever you can to make it 80 BV, And yeah, I guess that would be the wraps and collagen would be fine. But basically, so you're taking one product for yourself, and then you're going to sell the wraps for $25 each. And there's 4 of them in there. So you're going to make $100 by just selling your wraps that are in your kit or in your auto shipment. And then you get to use the other product for yourself. And that means you're going to be able to use the products for free, make money while you're doing it, and run your auto shipment for free. The other thing you can do, because we didn't have keto coffee back whenever I joined, we didn't have anything that we have now. We have so many new products that are amazing. But what you could do now, instead of doing the wraps, you could do keto coffee. And you can sell keto coffee samples. There's 15 in a pack, and you can sell them for $5 each. And so I'm pretty sure that's $60. I could be wrong. Anyways, I don't remember. So basically, you can make a lot of your money back just by getting keto coffee and selling that and then using that for your auto shipment, because you'll be able to get another product in there too. So does anybody have any questions about that? If you do, drop it in the chat. If, as you think of questions that you want me to answer, drop those in the chat and I will go over them at the end of the Zoom. Okay, so that's your auto shipment. Make sure that you have that set up. If you have any questions, go back to your enroller. They would love to help you set your auto shipment up and explain how to do that and go over any other questions that maybe you have over it. Okay, so let's talk about Tree Viewer. So you're going to want to go into your eSuite. You don't have to do it right now. But if you do have like a pen and paper, you're going to want to write this down. So go into your eSuite. You'll click Reports and then Tree Viewer. So a lot of people are like, okay, I signed a customer. Where do I find them? Like how do I know where a customer is? Like how do I find that person? How do I find their name? And whenever you sign a distributor, you can actually move customers to that distributor that you signed. And people are like, why I moved my customer so now I can't find this person? Like I don't know where this person is. Tree Viewer. Everything is in Tree Viewer. If you go to Tree Viewer, you will be able to see every single person's name. If you're looking for a customer, be sure you click the little check box that says Show Loyal Customer. Click it, search it, and then you're going to be able to see everybody that you ever sign up. So it's a quick little tip, because if you're looking for people that you've enrolled, they're all going to be there. Doesn't matter if they're canceled, active, doesn't matter. They're going to be there. So people that I enrolled the very first day that I joined, not that I didn't actually enroll people the first day, but the first month that I joined, they're all still in my Tree Viewer now, 5 years later. So they never go away. They're always still there. So you can always access that information anytime that you need to. Okay, the next thing, let's talk about Fast Start Qualified. So I just talked about how you can move customers to a distributor. So let's talk a little bit about Fast Start Qualification and what that means, okay? And this, if you have a pen and paper, you're gonna wanna write this down because it might get a little confusing. So if you have questions, let me know, because I'm here to help you. I already know this information. So I'm here to help you. So if you have questions, now is the time to ask, because this is going to be beneficial for you, okay? So Fast Start Qualification, what that means is that when you join this business and you get 2 customers, 2 loyal customers in your first 30 days, you are what we call Fast Start Qualified. So you are now qualified to make $100 bonuses so you don't make a $100 bonus, you are qualified to make them. When you get your first 2 customers, you're now qualified, so that when you sign a distributor, somebody who wants to do this business, they want to make extra money, they're doing what we're doing, they're selling the products, you sign up a distributor, that distributor gets 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days, you make $100. And so that's every single time that you sign a distributor, you get that $100 when they get their 2 customers. And the cool thing is that if they're not working their business and you enrolled them, you can still get your $100 bonus because you can move customers to them. So whenever I enroll a customer, I have 72 hours to place it underneath the distributor in my downline that allows me to make a $100 bonus. And I never miss a fast start. You never ever want to miss a fast start, because it's $100 that you're throwing down the drain if you don't get the fast starts. So you have 72 hours to move a customer. So maybe that distributor signs up a customer, or maybe you sign up a customer and they sign up one, or maybe you give them 2 customers, whatever it is, any combination, as long as they have 2 customers, then you get your $100 bonus, and those are paid out weekly. So the following, it's once 2 Fridays pass. So once 2 Fridays have passed, on that second Friday, you're going to get your $100 bonus, and that's outside of your commissions check. That's not including the money that you're making for your customers and them, and running their auto shipment and them and all their customers that they have. This is totally separate. So it's really amazing. I love Fast Start. This is my favorite way that we get paid because it's weekly. It's quick money. So this is the best way for you to make make money right now just getting started with the business. Because signing up distributors, number one, is going to help you promote. Number two, you're changing people's lives, and that's what we joined this business for, including our own life that we want to change. Number three, you're going to get fast starts every single time that you sign a distributor and help them get 2 customers. So it's amazing whenever we get paid these, because it's just extra money that you can put in your pocket that can go towards gas, that can go towards groceries, that can go towards a bill, whatever it is. But I love fast starts, and you can get multiple of those every single week. And sometimes I've made $1,000 a week in fast starts just because I've enrolled so many distributors and helped them all get 2 customers. So does anybody have any questions about fast starts? Okay, does the GT also make commissions off that customer, even if they did not personally enroll them? Yes. So for example, let's say that I enroll Stephanie, and can everybody make sure that they're muted, please? Thank you. I can't figure out who it is. Okay, sorry, I get super distracted really easily. But so let's say that I enroll Stephanie, and Stephanie is my brand new distributor, and she just signed up, and then I enroll a customer and I want to place it under Stephanie. Number one, that loyal customer that I enrolled will never know that they were placed under Stephanie. Stephanie does not help that customer. I help them because I enrolled that customer. I'm going to be the one that follows up with them. They're going to come to me with all their stuff. I still get paid off of that customer, even though I moved it to Stephanie. So there's only a benefit for moving customers. There's never a reason why you'd want to keep it versus moving it. I've never kept a customer in years because I'm always moving them for fast starts, but for fast start bonuses and leadership bonuses. Okay. So Stephanie said, does she then make commissions off of that? The answer is yes. So I get commissions off of my customer, and then I place it under Stephanie because I want to help her get her first 2 customers. Stephanie also makes a percentage of commissions off of that customer. So it's a win, win, win. You win, the distributor wins, and then you also win again because you get your fast start bonus. You're working towards that, okay? So does anybody else have any questions about fast starts? I'll give you all a second before we move on, because I know it's a little confusing. So I want to reiterate the fact that when you get your first 2 customers in your first 30 days, you do not get a $100 bonus. It's qualifying you to get your $100 bonus when you sign a distributor who gets 2 customers. Does that make sense? If you have any other questions, you can always look at the document library on your eSuite. Has all of those answers on there. It is 2 loyal customers with 150 PVV. So it's really good just to make a rule to always get your distributors to 150 volume. That could be 2 customers, that could be 6 customers. Help them get their shopping spree. Basically, if you can help them enroll enough customers to get their shopping spree, which is 4 customers for a $100 shopping spree, you will get your $100 bonus. You always want to help them complete their first step in the steps of success. Hang on, let me drink water really quick. So in the steps of success, it's run your auto shipment, get 4 loyal customers and 3 distributors. So you're going to want to help them set up their auto shipment, which I just talked about. You're going to want to help them get 4 loyal customers because that's the first step in the steps of success. It has nothing to do with you. Everything that we do in this business isn't about us. It's about helping them. And what can we do to help them the most? Helping them get 4 loyal customers and helping them get their shopping spree so that they can get that money to be able to use on products they can either use for themselves to get their own results and to share those and get customers, or to sell them as samples and help the people who bought the samples become customers. So we're helping them get their 4 customers, but when they get the first 2, we get $100. And then the last one is signing distributors, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So all of that stuff too, guys, if you have any questions about things like fast start bonuses or whatever, go to your document library in your eSuite, but it is 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days. Okay, so the next thing is commissions. Let's talk about that because we're talking about making all this money. We're talking about $100 bonuses. We're talking about monthly commissions. We get paid our monthly commissions on the 15th of every month for the month before. So in September 15th, we're going to get paid for August, the whole month of August. And so our auto shipment, as long as we ran an auto shipment in August, then we're going to be commissions qualified to be able to get paid in September for August. And then in September, we'll run our auto shipment again, and that way we'll be qualified to be paid on October 15th for commissions in September, okay? So basically, you will see your commissions on the 8th. You'll be able to see preliminary commissions. If you go into your eSuite, you'll see up at the top, there's a bunch of little tabs that says commissions, reports, document library, auto shipments, all that good stuff. You're going to click commissions on the 8th of every month, and you'll be able to see what you made, but you won't make that money yet. They're going to pay it a week later, but you'll be able to see what you made by going to the commissions tab on your eSuite, okay? And so that is going to be for August. So maybe you joined at the very, very end of August and you really don't have that much of a commissions check. That's because you joined at the very end. And so everything that you do this month is going towards your September check. If your check is below, I think it's $12, they've changed it a lot, but if it's below $12, it won't be available for you to take out because there's fees that are involved in paying the distributors. And so it's not worth it for you to only get a $12 check. So that's going to roll over into the next check. So just so you know, but that's pretty rare. But if you have any questions, let your enroller know. So commissions, the way that you actually get the commissions put into your bank account is on the 15th, whenever you get paid for the very first time, or maybe you get a fast start before that, then you'll get the email then. You go into your email and you should have like a link to set up your My It Works pay portal. You'll click that link and then it'll send you to a place where you set it all up. You can either do a prepaid card or direct deposit. Doesn't matter. I do direct deposit because it's easier. But if you want to do a prepaid card, you can. And so you'll choose that then. And so you will you'll set that commissions up and then it'll automatically go onto your card or go into your bank account at that point. So make sure that you set that up. If you don't get an email on the 15th and you know that you were supposed to get paid and the amount is over the $12 or whatever it is, then go on to the myitworkspay.com. You have to Google it. It never shows up right for me whenever I type it into the browser, but if you just search myitworkspay.com, then you can go and type in your distributor ID and then click forgot password, and then it'll send you an email and that'll have the link in there. So just use the forgot password thing and you'll get a link to set that up, okay? So it's super easy, but if you have any questions, go back to your enroller and they can help you set that up. Okay, let's talk about the incentive trip. So they talked about this on the family call, which we have every Sunday night. It's just corporate. They go live on our CEO's page. If you want to write his name down, it's Mark Pentecost. So if you go on his Facebook page every single Sunday night, I think it's at 10 p.m. Eastern time, they go live and they go over all the announcements. They go over every single thing that you need to know about the business and announcements that are coming up, and they do fun incentives and things like that. And so that's where they announced this one, and they announced the incentive trip. And so that is so exciting because they're taking us on a trip free, completely for free. As long as you get there, then everything else is free. It's at a resort. We don't know where yet, but I'm pretty sure it's in Florida. But the resort is amazing. Like they keep dropping pictures on their social media. So be sure you're following these people, especially Mark and different people in corporate on social media, because they drop hints like this. And we were seeing the pictures of the resort, and it is beautiful. It is breathtaking. So you want to get on this trip, because who doesn't want a free trip to a resort? And you're going to be around people who are in the same doing the same thing that you're doing. They have the same goals that you have. And so it's so much fun. So exciting. And let's talk about how we're going to get the points to go, because everything that you should already be doing for your business gets you points to go towards the incentive trip. And they're going to take the top 300 point earners plus 25 random people. So get points. Even if you think that you're like, oh my gosh, well, I only have 1,000 points. That's great. Get 1,000 points, because as long as you are doing, as long as you're working this business, as long as you're doing something and you have points, you could earn this trip, because you may be one of the 25 people that they randomly draw. So let's talk about points. Number one, you can sign distributors to get points, and that's 200 points. Again, you don't have to write this down. You can if you want, but this is all in the document library on your eSuite too. If you want any of the information like this, it's all in document library. So sign a distributor, that's 200 points. And then I'm going to talk to you about the strategy that I'm doing to get the most points. I'll tell you what I'm doing in a sec. But distributors are 200 points. Signing a distributor and getting them to 400, the 400 group volume, is 250. Helping somebody else go Ruby Or you going Ruby for the first time is 500 points for you and 500 points for the person that you help go Ruby. If you can run a 125 BV auto shipment instead of the 80, then it's 500 points, which is amazing. So you don't have to do all the 125 all together. If that's too much money for you right away, you could do the 80 BV auto shipment 1 week, and then do like a 45 BV auto shipment the next week. Or you can do a 45 auto shipment, a 40 auto shipment, and another 40 auto shipment. You can break it up however you want to, as long as all together it adds up to be 125 BV, and you will be commissions qualified and get 500 points when it's 125 BV, okay? Green Carpet live stream ticket. Green Carpet is next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend, the 20th, like that weekend. I think it's the 23rd and 24th. But if you can get a live stream Green Carpet ticket, that's on your eSuite under the live events tab. I think it's like $29, but that gets you 100 points so that you can watch the Green Carpet live stream. You can do it the day that we have it, or you are able to watch it after the fact too. Like if you're not available during Green Carpet to live stream it, you can go back and watch the recording on your eSuite at any time. Okay, and then if you go Emerald, then you also get 1,000 points. So, or Emerald Plus, but if anybody is on here, because I know we have some people that are like veterans that just wanted to hop on here too because they have some newbies. If you are Emerald or Diamond or whatever, and you've lost rank and then you re-rank back to the highest rank, or you rank up from Diamond to Double, or, you know, Emerald to Diamond or Ruby to Emerald, as long as it's Emerald or above, you get 1,000 points for that too. So, okay, let's talk about how to maximize the points I just talked about. So your biggest thing, your goal should be getting to Emerald minimum, because when you do, you are going to enroll, let's say for every distributor that you get, you're getting 200 points. So let me see if I have an Emerald chart here. I'm sure that I do, but I don't know if there's a blank one. Let's see. Yes, this is old. Okay, so they changed the charts to make it a little bit easier for us, by the way. So I'm going to scratch this out so I can show you the Emerald chart. Oh, wait. Yeah, I don't think I have a new one. Okay. So this should be your goal. So simple. I'm going to break it down for you. So you're going to sign a distributor, and then you're going to get 200 points automatically because you enrolled a distributor. And so let's say you enroll 2 of them. So you enroll Sally and you enroll Sue. I don't know why those are always the names I go to. That's going to be 400 points total just because you helped them enroll, just because you got 2 distributors. And so then you're going to help those distributors get their 4 customers. If you're helping them get their 4 customers and their customers are getting weight loss packs or, you know, any type of like facial pack or whatever it is, and they're getting good quality customers with at least 100 BV per order, then they're going to get to a 400 volume just by getting their 4 customers. They're going to earn their shopping spree, and you just got a distributor to 400, so you're going to get 250 points. And you have 2 distributors, so that's 500 points. Just for signing 2 distributors and helping them get to 400, you've got 900 points towards this incentive trip. And then you are going to help that person enroll some distributors too. So let's just say that you enroll another distributor, and that person's name is Jennifer. And you help Jennifer get to 400 too. So it's another 250 points plus 200 because you signed Jennifer and you got her to 400. And getting them to 400 is what you're going to need anyways for your promotion. Okay, so that's helping you promote. That's helping you get your points. And I'm not going to go into charting in super depth on this Zoom because it's going to take a lot of time, and I want to kind of go over the basics. So I want you to get an Emerald chart out and go back to your enroller and ask them, okay, what do I need to do to fill this out? What do I need to do? Where am I at? how can you help me get to Emerald? Because I want to be on this incentive trip with you. I'm already claiming that I'm going to get there, but I want y'all to be there with me because I don't want to go by myself. So I want to help y'all get on here, but I'm not going to go over charting on this Zoom. We can do it on a different Zoom, or I can go live about it, but there's a lot of live videos I've done on our team page too on Dare to Be Diamond, so go check those out if you have questions about charting specifically. But that is getting you a ton of points already. Okay, so then you help Sally and Sue, and they both enroll some people, and then you fill that out, blah, blah. Okay, then you ran your 125 BD auto shipment because you wanted extra points for that. You've got your live stream green carpet ticket because that's super important, and you know the power of being around people who are excited. You also, because you helped Sally, Sue, and Jennifer get their at least 2 customers each because they're at 400 volume now. You made $300 in fast start, so that doesn't even include, that's not even included in your points. So you just made $300 in fast starts while getting all these points. Plus, you are set up now to go Emerald, and once you're helping all these people get their volume, then you're going to promote to Emerald. That's another 1,000 points. Plus, you just went Ruby because you have to go Ruby before you can go Emerald. So you got 500 points. And the 2 people, Sally and Sue, that you enrolled, Sally went Ruby, so you get 500, and Sally gets 500 points. And then Sue went Ruby, so she gets 500 points, and you get 500 points. So that's another 1,000 points. So just by you enrolling 3 distributors and helping your team, let's see, hang on, let me count this up. You will have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 4,450 points, plus $300 in fast starts, plus you're going to be Emerald, which averages $800 a month. So that is why Emerald should be your goal for this month or next month, because it's so important, because you're going to be able to make so much more money. You're going to be able to get this incentive trip, and doing that is going to help you all along the way to be able to earn these points, and you're going to get lots and lots of money. So if you have questions about that, I know that was super fast. That was kind of the point. Basically, what I'm just trying to show you is how many points you can really rack up and how simple it really is to get the points. Because I think a lot of people, give me a 2 in the chat if you've pretty much already counted yourself out and you're like, there's no way I'm going to get on this incentive trip. Like, why would I even try? Because that was me. When they first announced that first cruise, I was like, dude, there's literally no way I'm going to ever get on this. Like, I'm just a Ruby. Like, nobody that's a Ruby goes on these trips. So if you are already counting yourself out, you're like, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this, drop a 2, be honest, because that was me for sure. So I want you to know that, Carly, you are going to go on this incentive trip. Whoever iPhone is, you're going to go on this incentive trip. Kinsey, you're going to go. Rachel, you're going to go. Emily, you're going to go. Y'all are ready. Like, y'all are excited. Y'all know that y'all can do this. If I could do this, then I know y'all can do this. And this wasn't me doing this. This was 2015 me doing this. And I got on there. And it is so simple to do. All I want you to do is I want you to focus on Ruby. You go Ruby and help as many people as you can on your team that you personally enrolled during this promotion time. Go Ruby, because that is what's going to help you go to this incentive trip, okay? Because it's going to be life-changing. I'm so excited, okay? So drop a 3 now in the chat if you're running towards this incentive trip. If you were like, dude, I'm going to go Ruby. I don't care what it takes. I want to get on this trip. I want to go Ruby. I want to go Emerald. I want to do this. I want to help my team. I'm going to get all the points. I want to be a top 300 point earner. I don't want to be a random person that gets my name drawn. I'm going to be a top point earner. I'm going to drop a 3 because I'm going, and I am ready to run. Y'all, I am just tracking my points. You can track your points on your Connect app too. I get so excited about this because I've been on a couple of these trips, and I know what it does for your business. I know that it changes lives. When I went into that cruise, I was a Ruby ready to quit, and when I left, 2 months later, less than 2 months, I went from Ruby to Emerald and Emerald to Diamond in the same day and earned $22,000 in bonuses and quit my jobs. That's life-changing. And that's because I went on a freaking free cruise. Like, I didn't have to pay for the cruise. I got to go on this free cruise, and it changed my business. So if you have this desire to go on this trip, which if you don't, like, I literally don't know what's wrong with you, because everybody should want to go on a free cruise or a free trip to a resort. But if you have a desire to do this, I want you to know it's possible. I want you to know with hard work, you can do this. Don't count yourself out because it's everybody's game. And that's why I love incentives like this, because it's not for the top 20 enrollers. It's not for the top 20 income earners. It's not for the top 20 ambassadors. It's not for only top income earners and only for the top rank in the company. This is for anybody who's willing to put the effort in. And there are going to be executives and rubies, or well, I guess you would be a ruby or an emerald probably if you're getting all these points, but they're going to be rubies and above on this trip, and there are going to be ambassadors who are not, because you are working harder than people who are ambassador. So do not count yourself out, because if you do, you already lost. Count yourself in. Tell yourself that you can do this, because I believe in you. And if you don't believe in yourself, borrow my belief, because if anybody can do this, I know that it's you. The way that I know that is because you got on this Zoom tonight. That tells me that you're making this business a priority. That tells me that you have goals that you are ready to run after, because there's so many other things in this world that you could be doing right now, and you chose to be here. And that's how I know that you can do this. That's how I know that you're the group that's going to be with me in that incentive trip, and we're going to take over that resort together. So I get so fired up. I'm so pumped. Okay. All right. So that's how you're going to earn the most points. If you have any questions, go back and watch this. It's being recorded, so you can always go back to that and see how you can get all those points. But that's my goal, and that's what I'm working on, is helping people go Ruby. Okay. So for tips, if you have you're like, okay, I need help signing distributors, or, I really need help getting customers. I can sign distributors, but I know that I need to help them get to customers so I can get my fast start. I need help doing blah, blah, blah. I want you to write out what you need the most help with right now in this chat. Tell me, what's one thing that you're like, dude, if I could just understand this, I would love that. I would love to understand how to blank. Write it in the chat, because here's what you can do. You can type it in YouTube and put it works with it, and you're going to find a YouTube video about that topic. So you could do it works signing distributors. It works enrolling customers. It works hosting parties. It works follow-ups. It works organization. Whatever it is in your business that you need help with, search YouTube videos. Go find the answers. Don't wait for somebody to host a Zoom about it. Don't feel like you have to take the same advice that your enroller gives you all the time about how they sign distributors. Go find somebody who's doing something that your enroller isn't doing that may work for you better than what your enroller is telling you to do. And it's not because you don't have a great enroller. It's just because maybe something that works for them doesn't work for you. So I want you to go and search these things that you're typing in the chat. Go copy and paste that over to YouTube, because that's how I learned everything in the beginning of this business. My leader and my enroller, she's amazing, but she did not do newbie Zooms. She didn't do, we didn't even have Zoom. So first of all, that wasn't even her fault, because we literally did conference calls way back when. We didn't have Zoom. But if we did, she would not have hosted the newbie Zooms. She didn't do things like that, and that's okay. But I had to find the answers for myself. And so I used YouTube. I listened to YouTube on the way to school and on the way home from school. I listened to YouTube on the way to work and on the way from work. And I was learning how to grow my business and maximizing my time by learning how to do the things that I had questions about, because I didn't wait for somebody to sit around and tell me, and for me to just sit there and be like, well, I just can't sign distributors. It's just not working for me. I would sit there and I would say, you know what? I can't sign distributors yet, but I'm going to, and I'm going to be a mass rock star distributor enroller, and everybody on my team is going to be successful, and everybody that I sign up is going to want to do this business, and they're going to be pumped up, but I got to figure out how to get them. And so I'm going to search YouTube. And so that's what I did all the time, and it really, really helped me. And now I have videos upon videos upon videos of my own that I'm teaching you how to do the things that I learned how to do through other people's YouTube videos. So go on YouTube and search either my stuff or somebody else's and figure out how to do the things that you have questions about. Every single thing that y'all were posting on here about the questions that you have, they are available on YouTube, and I know that for a fact because that's the things I looked up myself. Okay, so find tips on there. You can also go to Dare to Be Diamond. That's our team page. If you are not added, you need to be added. So talk to your enroller about that. Make sure that you get added. There are so many tips, guys. If you have something about enrolling distributors, search #SignaDT. Right now, the leaders and I are doing this for the rest of the month, and we're all posting one tip per day, whether it's a live video like I did today, or a post yesterday like Elisa did, or a YouTube video link, whatever it is. We're going to be posting that for you so that you can get ideas on how to sign distributors. Maybe it's a post that we want you to put up that day. Maybe it's a video to watch. Maybe it's an encouragement. Maybe it's follow-up message. we want you to sign distributors, but go search for those tips because we put them out there and they may have been before you were even a distributor, but you can go back and find them because they're also on that page. So go to #SignaDT, go to distributors, go to loyal customers, just search those keywords and you'll be able to find things about that topic on Dare to Be Diamond. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, we're almost done. I'm going to go through the questions, but self-development. Self-development is absolutely crucial to your success in this business. I'm going to say it again. Personal development is absolutely crucial and essential to your success in this business. And I don't mean looking up YouTube videos about how to sign distributors. That's separate. That's strategy development. That's not self-development. Self-development is either listening to a podcast about business or leadership or growing your mind or about money or whatever it is, listening to a podcast about that. Or listening to an Audible book. That's one of my favorite things to do. Right now I'm listening to Starts With Why by Simon Sinek. And it's really, really good. I've listened to a ton of YouTube or Audible books this past year. And it's changed my business. I heard this quote once and it said, your paycheck will never exceed your self-development. And it's so true. The more self-development that you do, the more you're going to be able to grow because you are the cap on the amount of money that you make with this business. There is no, you can't promote past this and you're making the most you can possibly make. Like they have that at hospitals and banks and corporations, but we don't have that. You are the cap and you decide the most that you can make with this business. You get to decide. And every time that you do self-development, you lift that cap a little bit. You lift it up a little bit more and you lift it up a little bit. And you don't want your cap to be down here because that means that you can't make more money than that. You're never going to be able to get above that until you start growing yourself and you increase your lid and you increase your own ceiling and you get to decide that and by doing self-development. So my favorite books, write this down. Por favor, because y'all are going to want to get some of these books. You can download the first Audible book completely for free. They will give you one for free. If you've never used Audible before, this is what I want you to use for your free book. It's called Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. I'll write it in the chat, but this is your free book. You get it for free. No excuses. If you've never used it before, you get a free book the first time. Secrets of a Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. And that is the book that changed everything for me. It talks about your financial blueprint, why you think about money the way that you do. If you think that, you're scared that you're going to be successful and get a lot of money and then lose it all, it'll tell you why you think that. If you think that, oh my gosh, I'm so poor, money doesn't grow on trees, it'll tell you why you think that. It's absolutely incredible. It has so much good information that I've never ever thought about before. And it was so eye-opening to me. And that was something that really helped me catapult my business a year and a half ago. So self-development is so important. And I would highly recommend you doing an Audible book or a podcast versus just random little YouTube videos about motivation. Like those are good. But I think if you're on this Zoom right now, you've graduated from that. I think that it's time for you to listen to an Audible book. And you don't have to listen to it all in one day, obviously. You just listen to 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 minutes on the way home from work, 5 minutes while you're folding the laundry. And you're going to eventually get through a book really quickly, and it's going to change everything for you. And then you'll start another one immediately. So that's what I'm doing for self-development. So crucial. Another thing is get a planner. Okay, let's get a planner, get organized, because I talked to a lot of people and they're like, I just don't have time to do this business. I said, do you have a planner? And they said, no. I said, so you have time to do this business, but you're not making it a priority to fit it in your schedule because you don't even have it on your schedule. So if you're going to write down work and you're going to write down things that you do with your friends, and you're going to write down appointments that you have with your family, maybe it's a family reunion, maybe it's a baby shower, you're going to write those things down. Why? Because it's important to you and you don't want to miss it. So if you want to be successful with this business, you better treat it just like you do everything else. Treat it like a business and it'll pay you like a business. Treat it like a hobby that you can pick up and just do whenever you want to and then put it back down for 3 weeks. It's going to pay you like a hobby, which is not that much because a hobby doesn't pay you, by the way. So you want to treat this business like a business, get a calendar, and it can be the one that you already have. I don't care what you do, but write down the things that you should be doing every single day. And that is post, message, follow, so following new people, adding to your network, follow up, and then self-development. And what I want you to do is I want you to write it down on your calendar, and I want you to mark it off every time that you do it. Every single day, you're going to mark it off. Write it down the night before, do it that day, mark it off when you're done. And that way you can keep yourself accountable by seeing like, oh crap, like I wrote down 6 things or 5 things to do and I only got 1 of them done. That means before I go to bed, I need to make this a priority and I need to get this done because I know that this is something that I want to be able to do that's going to allow me to be able to do X, Y, Z, pay for gas, pay for groceries, quit my job, stay home with my kids, whatever it is, pay off debt. You have to stay organized or else you're not going to be able to fit this in your schedule because it's not a priority to you. So it's super, super important. There are YouTube videos about getting organized if you want different ways to get organized. But for the sake of time, y'all can go look those up on your own time. I'm going to look through here and see what other questions we have. While I'm looking through the questions, I want you to drop your aha moment below. That's the moment that you're like, oh my gosh, like, why did I not think about that? Maybe it's for you, it was self-development. You're like, dude, I've never done self-development. Why haven't I thought about that? Maybe it's, oh my gosh, I never realized that I could make that many points by just helping people go Ruby. Or maybe it's like, oh my gosh, I never realized, whatever it is. Drop your aha moment below. I want to hear what was the most important part to you tonight and the biggest thing that you learned. Let's see. I saw somebody answer the question about direct deposit. If you have a commissions card and then decide that you don't have to have the card, or that you don't, I guess, have to have the card, can you change it to direct deposit? I think so. I've only ever had direct deposit. If I move a loyal customer to one of my distributors, does it automatically move them or does it wait till their next auto shipment to move them? That's a good question. It moves them right then. So you have 72 hours to move a distributor, or to move a customer or distributor. You can move a distributor too. But you only have 72 hours to do that. So like, let's say Carly, let's say I enrolled you as a distributor and then I sign up a customer and I move it to you. Within a couple of hours at the most, you'll see that reflect in your eSuite. You're going to see that you have one customer now and that my volume is going to show that it was moved to you. And so I still get paid on that. I still take care of the customer, but you've got the volume and it shows up in a couple of hours. It just takes a little bit to update, but it's automatic and it'll be for that paycheck. Let's see, 72 hours to move LCs and DTs. Yep. And then y'all all wrote down what you want to learn. Self-development, 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 self-development. $100 fast starts, love it. Self-development, Audible books, not just YouTube, yes. Because the thing is, listen, why I say that YouTube isn't the best, and it's not that it's bad. If you're doing YouTube versus nothing, obviously that's going to be better than nothing. But the reason why I say YouTube isn't as great is because it's very just spotty. It's like you're talking about this one day, and then like you listen to another 10-minute video about this, you listen to a 30-minute video about this, and it's just sporadic. It doesn't have one common flow and thought process. So you're really just like, oh my gosh, I feel so good. Like this has some cool music hyped up behind it. Like this is awesome. And then like they go away and you're like, wait, but I didn't really learn anything. And so now that feeling is gone and I have nothing to take away from it that grew me as a person. Does that make sense? Drop a 4 if that makes sense to you. That's why I say that it's super important to get a book because it has a common flow of what the book is talking about throughout the whole entire thing. And so there's lots of different books that I would recommend to you. But actually, if you search personal development or books or something in Dare to Be Diamond, we actually created a thread where we wrote down some books that we love for self-development. And I think I've written some down there too. So go search that if you're looking for a book. But if you've never read Secrets of a Millionaire Mind, I swear, read that one and it will change your business, and come back and tell me how much money you're making, because by the end of that book, you're going to be making more money than you're making right now. I guarantee, as long as you're putting the work behind what you're listening to. It's not magic, but you take what you heard and you apply it and you do the work that it takes, you're going to be able to be successful with this, and you're going to be making more money than you're making right now. So I want to leave you with this. What would an extra $1,000 in your bank account right now do for you and your family? I want you to write it down in the chat, because this is called visualizing. And I want you to visualize. This is part of self-development. I write down my affirmations. I write down things that I want, and I visualize it. I visualize like the house that I wanted. I visualize the loft that I wanted. I visualize the hot tub. I visualize the Tahoe. I visualize all these things, and those are all like materialistic things. And there's things I visualize that have nothing to do with like material things at all. But those are just examples of things that I visualize that have literally happened. Like every single detail about those things have happened. And so this is visualizing what would $1,000 in your bank account. I want you to picture it. I want you to go to your bank app and I want you to look at the number that's in there. And then I want you to add a 1 and a comma to it. So whatever is in your bank account, add $1,000. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to visualize that. And I want you to visualize it over and over and over again until it becomes so crystal clear that you think that it actually is what you have in your bank account. And I want you to think about what you would do with it. Would you pay off debt? Would you be able to buy, you know, a present for your mom for her birthday? Would you be able to pay your rent? Would you be able to, what would you be able to do? Like literally so many people would be able to just change their life with $1,000, pay their rent, pay off debt, move out. Student loans, buy things for the baby that's due in December. Oh, congratulations. And she has a toddler, so buy her toddler's Christmas. Like guys, this is life-changing. Pay off your debt, help towards Christmas, birthday presents for the baby, pay for Christmas with my kids, pay rent, not have to worry about buying baby necessities. Do you want me to tell you how you can make $1,000? What I just did over here. This is $1,000. Do you want to know why? Because you made $300 at least in fast starts. That's assuming none of these other 6 distributors down here are yours. If they are, you're making another 100 on every single one that gets 2 customers in their first month. So you have now made $300 and the average income for an emerald is about $800. $700 to $800. That's $1,000 plus 4,450 points for this incentive trip that you get to go on because you earned it. That's pretty stinking cool. So I want to leave you with this. I love you. I'm very, very proud of you. I don't even know some of you, but I just love this team so much that it just like overflows into you even if I don't know you. But I am so excited that you got on this. You should be so proud of yourself for making this a priority when you could have done anything else tonight. You were here, and I hope that God just blesses you so much for that. And I hope that you feel so filled up and that you take what you learned and that you go and apply it, because it is no good if you just get on a Zoom and listen to it and change nothing. It does not help you be successful. Zooms don't help you be successful. They give you tools that you can take and apply to help you be successful. So I want you to take what you've learned and I want you to go and do it. And I want to see you on this incentive trip and I want to meet you there. And I want to see you at conference and get your green carpet ticket. And I love y'all very much and I'm so proud of you. Have a great rest of your night. If you want to stay on here, there's going to be a Zoom that Morgan Williams is doing right after this about social posting and all these different things that you can do on social. If you have trouble with posts, this might be a good thing for you to stay on. If you're having trouble with distributors, good thing to stay on. Kind of stick around for that, but you definitely don't have to. I'm going to leave the meeting instead of ending it so that she can go ahead and just jump right on. Y'all can stay on if you would like. Love you guys. Bye.